I'm a real expert in the gunner's seat. Have to be, since I usually fly solo. I'll knock out any targets we come across. That's a promise. I joined up after my friend was hijacked and had a load of cargo stolen by some spacers while he was headed to Sidonia. I'd always kind of felt compelled to serve the UC, but my friend getting hit was the last straw.
Let's do this! They're gone? What the hell?
Am I glad to meet whoever you two are? Looks like we're all in one piece. Any day you walk away from, right? I've been nothing but trouble for the criminals and smugglers in the Sol system since I joined the Vanguard. They've been trying to white-line me for years, but no one's been able to swing it. I'm guessing my enemies pooled their money and put some real pearls on my tail. It's kind of flattering that they sent in the big guns to do the job.
What's going on, citizens? It's Sista Citizen, and today I'm going to be continuing my series on the best companions in the game who aren't Constellation. Let's face it, Constellation can be a real drag, but if you max out your ship command levels and your skill tree, you can have up to 8 crew members plus a follower. So with the right followers and the capability of having 8+ crew, you could have whoever you want on your ship with their combined skills and never have to roll with Constellation again. Now, I do use Barrett personally, and he does get pissed at me a lot, but I mean, what's he gonna do? Leave the ship? At any rate, this video is about Moara Otero, a really cool follower who's available early on in the game after you complete the very first quest in the main storyline called The Old Neighborhood with Sarah Morgan. And if you're doing a UC Vanguard playthrough, you absolutely need to pick Moara up. I had no idea it was even possible to have him as a companion until a viewer mentioned it to me, so shout out to Textman. Now what you want to do is head over to Mast in New Atlantis and speak to Commander Tuala at the UC Vanguard front desk.
Who's your friend?
He'll tell you about a Vanguard pilot on patrol who found a strange metal object that fits the description of what Sarah is looking for, which of course is a piece of the artifact.
Here's what I got for you two. Vanguard volunteer by the name of Moara. Helps patrol the old neighborhood. Sol, Mars, Neptune. You know, Sol system is a lot of planets. But a vet like Moara will be checking in at Sidonia on the regular. Word is he's got some fancy metal ornament he's been showing off to the old grounders. Matches that description Sarah gave me.
Tuala will inform you that Moara likes to hang out at the Broken Spear on Mars in Sidonia. Moara is from Sidonia. Tuala refers to him as a Martian, as a matter of fact, so he's native to the Sol system, but seems to feel guilty about not wanting to be on Sidonia. Known in the settled systems as quite the depressing place. A mining town where many of the people seem poor and hopeless. The game even hints that there are meetings for those with substance abuse issues. But more on this and how it relates to Moara later. After heading to Sidonia, head over to the Broken Spear and speak to the sus bartender who won't tell you where Moara said he was headed until you pay his tab. You can try and talk him down on the price or let Sarah handle it, which I usually do. She's pretty good at making people feel bad in the most proper way.
He has a tab and you don't know if he's coming back.
Head over to Venus and you'll stumble upon a few Varun ships that are cutting off snake heads or whatever they do in their ships.
Serpent, the devourer of the unbelievers. I'll let you guess what happens if they spot us.
And of course, Sarah Morgan, being, Sarah Morgan, tells us to sneak up to a satellite that contains a communication from Moara. She tells us to power down the ship systems to a minimum so as not to disturb whatever ritual snake debauchery that's happening on the Varun ships, and so that they won't notice us and attack us. I mean, of course we're not doing that, my fellow Starboard. Of course we're not doing that. Sit down, Sarah. Sit down.
affiliated ships. I'm heading to the Nova Galactic Star Yard orbiting Earth's moon. Yeah, I know. The whole place is decommissioned. And I need parts for emergency repairs. Hopefully it hasn't been picked clean yet.
Oh, that's not good.
The satellite will contain a message from Moara giving us the next clue to where he's gone.
Two steps in, and we're already looking at a corpse. Okay, it's not Vanguard Moara. Looks like spacers were scavenging around here and someone else came in and said hello.
This leads us to the Nova Galactic Star Station, where after popping a few caps and some asses, we're able to find the next clue, another communication slit from Moara on this table here.
This is Vanguard Moara. Sorry if I had to reclaim some UC property, but this whole Star Yard is overrun. I've patched up my ship, and I'm heading to Neptune. Going to put in another request to get the fleet out here to deal with these spacers. But until then, if any of you thugs are listening, I'm the damn ghost stealing your stuff in the night. Clear out while you have the chance.
Something's wrong. The ship's weapons are powering up. Get ready.
Once you enter the system, Otero's ship will fire on you, but soon you'll find out why.
If you stop shooting at us, we'd be more than happy to respond.
It's not me. Mercs hijacked my ship. White lined a couple of them, but they've locked me down. Really could use an assist.
We've blown that ship out of the stars. He's dead and our artifact's gone. We're going to have to board. Target the engines. Once they stall out, we'll have our chance. Let's go rescue that Vanguard.
It appears Spacer Scum has taken over Otero's ship. He seems to have like some kind of history with Spacers and the Ecliptic, even with the factions often trying to hunt him down instead of the other way around. Now all you have to do is board his ship, pop some more caps and asses, then find Otero in the cockpit. He will thank you for saving him, and you can even ask him to join your crew at that
That's
point.
actually kind of tempting. I'd have to settle some things back on Sidonia. Maybe hit me up there later.
But he tells you to meet him back in Sidonia to talk more about it. And, of course, there's, Sarah Morgan.
If you don't mind, we came here for something. That strange object you found?
You need to return to the lodge with Sarah Morgan and add the artifact to the glowy bonfire, which is the only way to get Sarah Morgan to stop following you. Finally.
Oh my god, I'm literally following in your footsteps right now. It's so cool.
Head back to the Broken Spear on Sidonia, where you'll find Moara sitting in a chair right near the entrance. You can ask him again to join your crew, and the best part is you don't have to pay him because he's grateful that he rescued him.
Hey, good to see you again. Still think there might be room for me on your crew? Okay, I'm game. I could use a break from the Sol system. Give me a few to get my things together, then I'll get to work. See you in the space lanes, Captain.
You can assign him to your ship right away, and he specializes in EMP weapons, which I happen to use a lot. I do a lot of ship stealing, and EMP weapons are good if you have a heavy trigger finger like me and accidentally blow ships up all the time. His buff will give your ship 20% increased damage and will cost 30% less in target mode for your EMP weapons. Now, if you'd like to have a companion who snipes, if you have, say, more of a stealth build, Otero has a rank 2 in marksmanship, which will give him an 8% crit chance with non-automatic ranged weapons. So you want to make sure that you give him a sniper rifle. He auto-equips a UC Vanguard spacesuit and a Beowulf sniper rifle as his standard weapon, neither of which show up in his inventory. So you might want to give him a better weapon if you have one, and maybe an upgraded set of armor.
It's time you decide to break the law. How about you leave me behind?
Now he won't Samco you when you steal, as you can see here. The homie helped me by keeping watch, and he didn't say a word as I pickpocketed this vendor. He even helped me pull off a hospital scam so I could pickpocket the doctor, but he bailed on me when I took it too far, which he will do if you hurt civilians.
Hold it right there. You're under arrest. We've got a live one here. Stand down now or you... Where's he going?
This is why many people say they don't use these companions, because they'll run off with all your stuff, but if you make sure to assign them somewhere, that is where they will go. As you can see, since Otero is assigned to my ship, he walks right back to it and gets on, but he does let me know that he's pissed at me.
Beat it. I'm still pissed at you.
I'm taking heavy fire!
One of the things that makes Otero unique is that he doesn't aggro on you like other companions do if you hit them by accident or with an AoE weapon. I'm looking at you, Betty. I'm looking at you. And I have to say, in my opinion, Otero is just an all-around pleasant companion. Never in the way, he doesn't talk too much. In fact, you kind of just want to sit down and have a beer with the guy. He has a backstory where he talks about his guilt for not being there for his daughter, but like I said earlier, Cydonia is a place he loves, but he doesn't want to be there.
I don't see her much, though. Kind of a sore spot. I wouldn't exactly call myself Dad of the Year. I was real young when she was born, and her mom and I could never make it work. Plus, with my job taking me to space all the time, and well, you get the idea. I wasn't as involved as I should have been, and I've been kicking myself for it for years.
I hope Bethesda expands on a lot of the companion backstories and adds more quests. There is potential with a lot of the followers you find throughout the world for a lot more content, plus the many fully fleshed out followers modders will create. I can't wait for Space Indigo. By the way, someone also made a mod that turned my favorite Skyrim bestie into this. Shame on you for this. Just shame on you for this. Link to the mod is in the description. No, I'm just kidding. Nah. You look, though. You look. Remember, there are more companions out there to be discovered. You don't have to have Constellation companions outside of the required individual mission if the main story is even something you care about at all in the game. I'm NG+11 and bothered with the story maybe twice. So just pick and choose the companions you like. Don't just settle for the base companion Starfield gives you to start with.
I've got to have every molecule.
Let me know in the comment section if you found any interesting or unique companions roaming out there in the settled systems or through quests. I'm working on my outpost skills next in order to max out the number of companions I could have at my outpost, so make sure you subscribe so you don't miss it. And if you liked the video and found it helpful, make sure to hit the like button. See you in the next one, Starborn. Sanctum Universum.
First time I visited, I almost crashed my ship into an old Earth structure. I got caught in a storm right out of orbit and had to get out of the sky fast. I pointed my ship at the nearest patch of empty sand and started hauling ass for the surface. Thank God the clouds cleared when they did, or I'd be toast. Turns out that empty sand was actually the footprint of a giant pyramid. I almost came down right on top of it. That would have been one heck of a way to go out. I landed nearby so I could visit it when the storm ended. Wow, it blew my mind. That thing must have been built centuries ago, and it was still there.